Hello, my name is David Dang, and I'm a certified landscape professional with Structure Landscapes Northwest here in Portland, Oregon. And this video will demonstrate the proper installation of a paver patio. For this patio, we use a Mutual Materials product. In the field, we use the Roman Dominion tumbled paver, which is in squares and rectangles. This is their Summit blend. And for the soldier course, we use a tumbled Holland in charcoal. So the first step when installing your paver patio is to look at your site and try to figure out where it's going to fit best. Keep in mind your property line, and also keep in mind any utilities underground that you may not be thinking about when you start to dig. For this patio, it's approximately 8 by 10 feet, and it's been laid out with this black cord, which is a very useful tool in helping to lay out. You could also use a garden hose or marking paint. Make sure you use water-soluble marking paint when you lay out your hardscape. The next phase will be excavation. The pavers that we're going to use are approximately 2.5 inches thick. Those will be set on a 1/2 inch of sand, and then on a 4-inch thick gravel base. So we're going to excavate about 7 inches below finished grade for this entire paver patio, and take that off-site, and then move in some gravel. So after we completed our excavation for this patio installation, we installed some landscaping fabric before installing our gravel. This fabric will drain water through our gravel base and into the subsoil. It will also help to contain the gravel within our excavated space here. After grading the gravel, we'll compact it in 2-inch lists and make sure everything is perfectly flat so that it'll mirror our surface before bringing in our sand. So to prep our base of sand, we use some grounding rods here, which are about 5/8 of an inch in diameter, and set those on our gravel base, which was compacted and graded to match our finished grade of the patio. We pulled a straight 2x4 along our grounding rods to create our smooth bed of sand, and then when we removed the grounding rods, we were left with this small little valley where the rods were. So we moved in some sand, and now we just fill those in with the trowel, smooth them out to prep for an installation of pavers. It's important to make sure your lines are straight when setting up your patio or path. We've used a string line here on both sides of the patio to get a nice 90-degree angle. We're also using a 2x4 against our edge of our patio to make sure that our lines are consistently straight throughout the installation. So as you set your pavers, you want to make sure you line them up and drop them in place. You can use a mallet to straighten out any lines if you need to, but make sure not to disrupt the bed of sand as you place your pavers, because you want to maintain that flat bed of sand underneath your pavers. So after we have finished installing our pavers and cutting them as necessary to fill in all the gaps to complete our pattern, we have used this plastic edging to retain the sides. Before installing it, we scraped away any excess sand so we could sink the top of that plastic edging below the top of our pavers. These are secured with 10-inch spikes every 12 to 18 inches. After securing them with spikes, we are sweeping in some sand, and we will go over the entire patio with a plate compactor. After you have completed 2 passes with the plate compactor, alternating the direction with each pass, and then sweeping in sand in between each pass, hose off any remaining sand. This will also help to settle in any surface sand in between the joints of your pavers.